So what did you all think of this week's episode?
Man, this is some bullshit!
My thoughts exactly.
Bring back my all-stars.
So last week, making another fantastic decision, Alaska decided to send Tatiana home. And again, she has a great reason. Roxy Andrews loaned her the shirt she was wearing. I mean, if that doesn't make that great determination of who should win $100,000, I don't know what does. And we had come to find out that if she would have won the lip sync, Katya, she would have sent home Roxy Andrews.
Duh!
So basically, she would have made the logical decision, but can't change the past. And Detox is very frustrated that she is not getting any acknowledgement from the judges necessarily, like she always seems to be in the middle. So right there, that either lets us know that she will be going home this episode, or she will be the winner of this episode. And for the challenge this week, it's a family reunion. Everyone's mother, sister, or grandmother is going to be coming to help them with the challenge this week. And I didn't get all their relatives' names or anything like that. I can only type so fast. But I can tell you that it was Alyssa, whose sister came to visit her, Alaska's mom, Detox's sister, Katya's mom, who I loved. It was pretty much Katya 40 years from now. And Roxy's grandmother, which really surprised me because, as most Drag Race fans know, Roxy had that big emotional breakdown in Season 5 that, in my opinion, got her through Season 5. Don't hate me, but that's just what I think, about how she was left at a bus stop by her mom. And, of course, later on in the episode, Roxy talks about that, and who knows, maybe that will sail her through this episode. And for the main challenge this week, you guessed it, it's makeovers! Yay! Who doesn't love a nice makeover, especially on a relative? And some of the girls had some really clear ideas. Like Katya, for example, wanted to be a sexy Russian bride standing alongside her peasant mom. Oh, Katya, I love your genius ideas. And this was also a very emotional episode. We came to find out that Detox's father had passed away about a year ago, and then it just so happens that the day of the challenge, Alyssa's mother had passed away 1 year ago to that day. And Alyssa got very emotional with her sister, and it was very sad to watch. You know, this show is very funny, and it has basically nothing but humor in it, but when there are those emotional moments, you really do get involved, and it's hard to watch. And then RuPaul reveals that as part of the runway challenge, the girls, as well as the relatives, will be voguing. Who doesn't love to vogue? I mean, come on, like this? Yeah. Sorry, hit my hat. Anyway, before the runway challenge, RuPaul brings out Anastasia from, I think it's Anastasia Cosmetics or something, who's going to come out and show the girls how to perfect their eyebrows. And this challenge hits home with me because I've always been told for quite some time now that I have fantastic eyebrows. What do you guys think? Look at them. Do they look okay? I've always been told they're nice, but maybe that's just me. I got made fun of all the time in school for my eyebrows when I was younger because before I discovered the beauty of tweezers, I had Bushman eyebrows, and people constantly made fun of me for it, but I think they look a little bit nicer today. And now to the main stage, and we have our usual judges. We have Todrick Hall, Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, RuPaul of course, and our guest judge is Aubrey Plaza. I don't really care for Aubrey Plaza. I don't think she's very funny. And for the voguing portion of the runway challenge, I really wish that when they did these kind of challenges that they would show each of the girls individually, because they show all 5 like sporadically and you don't get a really good chance to see it. Like from what I saw, I thought that Alyssa and her sister did a good job. They like had a nice choreographed dance like Alyssa would usually do. I thought Roxy looked really good with her mom. Like of all the girls, I thought Roxy and her mom had the best look for the voguing. I thought that Alaska's look for her mom was very lazy for Alaska. You know, I didn't even notice the flip-flops until the judges brought it up and I was like, wow. And now for my Xanadu of the week. Alyssa and Ava Edwards. With this challenge, they really met all the requirements. They had a very strong resemblance to one another. Their outfits really coordinated. They have very similar material. Alyssa was rocking the big poof ball hair. Her sister had what was clearly one of Alyssa's wigs, but it was a fantastic hairstyle for her. I loved Alyssa's skirt, and I loved the black corset in the center. It was just a really good overall look. And now for the moment of truth, my Xanadon't of the week. Alaska and Hawaii. Oof. Can you believe that? Alaska, a Xanadon't? What is going on in this world? But I have to admit, I did love Alaska's Miss Venezuela gown, but it was just so simple for Alaska. Too simple. And again, I thought the look that she did on her mom was very, very lazy. And it was just basic for Alaska. And I'm so sick of her pulling shit out of her outfits. Alaska decides to pull out what, again, looked like a garbage bag like she's known for, and it said, you guessed it, hi! And, okay. Detox and her sister, Dorama, which I think that's an awesome drag name. They came out in these like fierce, tight, Technicolor dresses. It definitely suited both of them, and just like Alyssa and her sister, they had a very strong family resemblance. Katya and Svetlana, I thought, I don't know. I always feel like I'm speechless with Katya's looks because I don't know if I'm supposed to take them seriously or take them jokingly. The overall look was like 1970s hippie meets farmer's daughter. This is basically what Katya is known for, coming up with looks that aren't necessarily like these fierce outfits, but coming up with looks that are so bad they're good. And again, it was a great look. I definitely understand why the judges loved it so much. She's constantly in character, and I think that is so important on Drag Race, and she definitely sticks with her style and her aesthetic, so you gotta respect that. Roxy and Raquel. I actually thought that Raquel looked a lot better than Roxy, and Raquel is her grandmother, so I can't imagine how old she is, and I mean, she looked fantastic. I thought the leopard print was kind of basic, you know, it sounds like something Roxy would do. Roxy had that tight bodysuit on, and I mean, it was a good look. It was just, again, for Roxy, just not stepping out of the box. Alaska had a mini breakdown on stage because she got a bad critique. Oh my gosh. And it wasn't even that bad of a critique. The judges were just saying that it wasn't as strong as what she usually gives. They said it was a little safe for Alaska. So the winners of the challenge, Detox and Katya. Because there are only 3 queens to choose from, all 3 queens are up for elimination. So the girls do what they do every week. They go in the back and then basically discuss who should stay and who should go. And Alaska is throwing a huge pity party. She's pouting like a little baby. She's like stripping out of all of her drag, and she is like screaming and shouting and saying, I need to be in the top 4. Saying, oh, I'll give you $10,000 if you keep me here. You know, and it's like, dude, calm down. Like, this is the first time she's ever really been told anything negative, and this is the first time I've ever seen her in the bottom, and she is handling it in the worst way possible. Like, it really put me off. Like, this whole season's making me kind of look at Alaska differently, and I don't want to, like, necessarily harp on her for it. I'm sure editing has a lot to do with it. Oh my god. I just pulled a Fifi O'Hara.
But I'm not using that as a handicap. I'm not using that as, you know what, making it an excuse. Well, then don't use it as an excuse.
So Katya and Detox go out for their lip sync, and the song is Step It Up. And I thought that Detox was amazing. She was giving me some Miranda Priestley realness. And I loved it when she stripped down. As soon as she showed her ass, I was like, done. And I loved her very famous lip syncing skills. The whole like it's Detox. You really can't get any better than her. So I don't think Katya had a really good chance, but she did hold her own. You know, she was very funny. She was working the runway, and I thought she still did a really great job. And the winner of the lip sync is Detox. Yay! Congratulations, Detox. It's your first win. And I'm sorry, but Katya just can't catch a break. This is the third lip sync she's competed for to win, and again, she lost it. And before Detox made her final decision, she got really, really emotional, talking about all of the queens. And basically, I was just saying to myself, okay, Detox, we know that it's not going to go the way we want it already. We can tell. So just let's get it over with. And just like I expected, Alyssa Edwards was sent home. Again, I am going to borrow a word from the book of Tatiana and say choices. So like almost every elimination this season, I thought this elimination was complete bullshit. And honestly, I never thought I would say this, but with the way that she acted and the way she performed in the challenge this week, I think Detox should have sent home Alaska. And I think that would have been a good strategy for Detox because Alaska is the biggest competition. And I say that because they clearly have not kept their word, like they said in the very beginning of the season, saying that they would be sure to eliminate the queen who they felt did the weakest in the challenge. If that were the case, half the queens that are gone would still be there. We all know that Alaska has to win. RuPaul really wants her to win. And I will say that when Detox eliminated Alyssa Edwards, RuPaul's face, it was like he looked shocked. And not even so much shocked, but like, are you kidding me again? Like, I think RuPaul has learned his lesson that going forward with Drag Race, he is never going to let the queens decide who goes home. Like, I actually thought that was a good idea at the beginning of the season. I was like, ooh, this is going to stir things up. But all it's done is annoy the shit out of me. And I think it's really pissed off a lot of Drag Race fans. It had so much potential to be a great season, and they just kind of tarnished it, I think, by making it so obvious that Alaska's going to win. And I'm guessing that next week is the last episode, because at the end of this week's episode, RuPaul said, you know, I want to hear from the fans. Are you hashtag Team Alaska, hashtag Team Katya, hashtag Team Roxy, or hashtag Team Detox? I guarantee you this, that everyone's going to be posting on Facebook, hashtag Team Tatiana, or hashtag Team Alyssa, which I will do the same, because this season has been bullshit based on eliminations. And at this rate, I'm really pulling for either Detox or Katya to win, but again, there's no point because it's so obvious that Alaska's going to win. I want to thank you all so much for watching my video recap of this week's episode of All Stars 2. Please subscribe to my channel, CJ Rambler, where you will get to keep updated on all of my video posts, and please check out my other videos. I do way more than just Drag Race videos. And be sure to like my Facebook page, CJ Rambler, so you can keep updated on all of my lovely adventures. And I guess I will be seeing you all next week for the finale recap, I believe. Who knows? Alright, well, you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Now was a lovely fourth runner-up.